Ahoy, pirates! Today we return to the Sea of Thieves. We have a new world adventure to do. This time involves taking on one of the most deadly ships in the sea. You do not actually need a galleon to take on this beast, however, a larger crew does lend a helping hand. The cool thing about this ship is it kind of mimics a galleon and a sloop combined into one. It has the anchor capacity of a sloop, so you're only able to... Ahoy, pirates! Today we return to the Sea of Thieves. Captain Flameheart has taken us on, thinking that his crew is better than ours. It's time to show him a lesson, and show him who the most vicious crew round is. You do not actually need a galleon to take on this beast, however, the bigger the ship you have, the easier it is to take on this guy. Now, while you're in the middle of combat, it's best to have your sails raised slightly, that way you're able to turn and still keep momentum going on against your opponent. The goal here is going to be to shoot its lower hull to get enough damage down to soft death it. This ship will eventually say it's defeated, and instead of it being sunken immediately, it allows you and your crew the opportunity to board this vessel and claim it as your own. One really cool feature about this ship, however, is the fact that it has a deadly flamethrower attached to the front of the ship. However, surprisingly, it doesn't actually take too many hits to take down this mighty beast. It might claim to be the most fearsome ship in the seas, however, the skeleton crew that's on board is not exactly the best shot every single time. One thing to also keep in mind, if you're a sloop taking on this big beast, technically the anchor can be raised by two people, as it has the same mechanics as the sloop, where it only needs two people max to raise it, as well as a skeleton crew designed to help in any combat situations. However, we found the skeleton crew are not the best suited to defend the ship in case you're boarded, and they do about 50% of the actual work when it comes to shooting the cannons. However, you do get a cool crew if you manage to take the beast down. Keep in mind that this guy will use plenty of fire, so be sure to always have a bucket of water on hand for those sticky situations. And it probably wouldn't hurt to check down below and to grab some wood just in case things get a little hairy. Now, once this ship is defeated, we actually scuttle our ship, so we no longer need to worry about our guy or his anchor. The Burning Blade is now defeated. Board the Burning Blade and enter the crew's cabin to pledge your crew to take it over, or sink it to reap the rewards. Now, technically, there is a decent amount of chests that you get, however, you can also just take it to an outpost and sell yourself. But as you see, you come over to the table, your entire crew has to vote on this. Once all 4 of your members, if you're in a galleon, vote, you are now going to be the proud owner of the Burning Blade.
Today, you pledge yourself to Captain Flameheart, King of the Sea of Thieves.
So one interesting thing about this ship is you are locked into a Reaper's bounty, and you're not actually able to do any missions at all aside from sinking other players. But as you guys can see, we have the most fearsome skeleton crew around. If you head up top, we have the map table, we have the captain's chair, and the name of Flameheart. Gather as many. We will do you proud, Captain Flameheart. The crew has pledged to the Captain Flame. Now we are stuck inside of a Reaper bounty only. No other missions are able to use that, however, you're going to have to go up to the captain's wheel and grab the lever. It does have a cooldown, however, but we burn him with ashen fire. As you can see, that sloop is now toast. The captain has the ability to use these side cannons up top, so technically he doesn't have to run down. Occasionally you may get a few skeleton crew deciding to assist you up top, however it is really deadly rare. Now the ship is slowly starting to decay for us. One really thing that I wish they would add to this update is the ability to do like separate missions. The only things that you're able to do inside of the ship is technically world events or run around and kill players. There's no mission on the map table that's able to be placed currently in game. It seems like the table is bugged out. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not. So keep that in mind, pirates. Now you'll notice a few things are different. So if you come directly behind this wall here, this is where you're going to find your cannonballs. And then we have to run all the way back up top. That sloop is sunk. We have claimed our first victim. However, we can't actually do any missions, so this crew decided to scuttle the ship. We are going to go to an outpost, sell the loot, see how much the ship's actually worth. Before, read this book. The Burning Blade is dismantled. Long live the new monstrous Burning Blade, the Phoenix risen from the ashes. It will be the scourge of the Sea of Thieves, striking fear to the pirate lord and his platoon minions. My ship is the most powerful these waters have ever seen. The sword and the ship are one, fashioned with one purpose: to extract the forgotten knowledge of the ancient priests and bring them. Their memories will unlock the secrets of the ages, and I will become as powerful as the ancient kings that once ruled this domain. And as you guys can see, it gets you the commendation Fiery Diary. Alright, so once we are approaching the outpost here, you'll notice the first chests are starting to be sold 2,500. Each of these items are going to be roughly 1,000 to 2,500. However, there's going to be one chest that's worth 20,000. That's going to give you the most. And the next up is going to be the Burning Blade itself, which you get from destroying this ship. Technically, you don't have to own the ship. If you're an enemy player that sinks the ginormous ship here, technically you are going to be able to pick up a sword from the water. And you could decide to harvest souls for the Reapers or turn it in for a 15 grand profit for an unleveled sword. But as you can see, this mighty vessel looks awfully cool. Unfortunately, you're not able to keep the ship, so eventually you are going to lose it. Every single player on side the map sees our location, however, since we are a permanent Reaper, there's no way to lower the flag at the emissaries. And there's the super useful ladder that I really wish all galleons actually got. Wanted to keep this in just so you guys could see a rough estimate of how much loot you're able to get from selling everything. I believe it was roughly like 30 grand for this first haul here. But as you see, the Chest of Fortune is going to be the most expensive one with 20,000 added to the profit immediately. The rest of these little trinkets aren't really worth too much time, so we are going to be skipping through some of them. Alright, so we are nearing the end of our loot here, so we'll sell the last bit we have, and then we will decide what to do with our brand new ship. One thing that would be really cool is if you commandeer this ship to be able to unlock the sails or the front capsule area. However, none of that's actually going to be unlocked for your own personal ship. So one last final tour. We have the cannonballs here. We have our food bucket. Just a random crew quarters to eat. We have some planks down here where your pet chest is. Equipment chest. And down on the bottom deck here, we have our skeleton crew that's going to be designed to heal everything. This is where you're going to find the chest and stuff down below. Really cool looking vessel, however. But that is going to be basically it for the tour. Since we don't really have too much different compared to this ship and a galleon, even though it looks much larger, the actual playable area is kind of capped off, surprisingly. Alright, so we can vote to scuttle the ship. Basically, you have two options. You could either scuttle your own ship, or you can be taken down by an enemy vessel. We will do the honorable approach though and sink it ourselves. No crew will sink us. And as you guys can see, it will slowly break apart and you will lose your nice skeleton crew that you just had. And the really cool thing is, technically, while the ship is sinking, the flame never gets put out. You'll notice that it says failed to return to Captain Flameheart. This is the part that I'm not sure. Technically, you might be able to go to Flameheart himself and turn it in. However, we did not know that at the time of this video, so that part is not included. However, as you guys can see, there's going to be two items up here whenever the ship is fully sunken. This can be gathered by either the crew that has commandeered the blade or by an enemy vessel. Now, if you've played Adventure 12, you're already going to have this specific sword, so it's going to look the exact same when I grab it. However, it is going to be the special Blade of Souls. And as you guys can see, there is a certain amount of rituals they can get with the sword as well, that you can use as a fiery weapon. Or it says sell it to a trading company. Basically, you have to head all the way back over to Reaper's Hideout in order to sell it. So to end this video off, let's head over to Reaper's Hideout and show you guys what the sword's worth. You're also going to get another achievement. So technically, if you've never done this before, you'll get one achievement for reading the book inside the ship, and one achievement for delivering the sword to the servant of the Reaper himself. Do not attempt to give this sword to Flameheart himself, however, though, guys, he does not actually like talking to us. Alright, so jumping across. Now, one cool thing that we found on this island, we're going to show in a little bit as a bonus towards the end here. But first off, you want to get over to the Reaper's Hideout area and run directly inside the main door here. You're going to notice Flameheart himself and his little servant guy down at the bottom. When we head over to Flameheart, he's not going to speak to us, and it'll tell you exactly the same message that every other trading company, so you can't talk to them. However, the servant himself, this is where you turn your blade in for 15,000 as an unleveled sword. Once again, this is going to unlock a Xbox achievement as well as Steam. And you'll get a decent amount of Reaper XP. Now, one extra item that we found on the side of this island is called the Horn of Fair Winds. This is actually really cool because you can blow wind inside of this vase, basically, and you can swim super fast in the water. Or, if you happen to be piloting a galleon that has super slow times of traveling around the world, technically you can use this guy to blow open the sails to go at maximum velocity. One bad thing though is it does eventually run out. That's going to be it for today, guys. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.